Right, we're live. All systems are green. All systems are go. Welcome, everyone. Monday Schmonday. It's time to hunt dinos and have fun day. Hey, Steven, what's up? First one in the house. Welcome. All right. All right. Yeah, I was wondering what happened with your Switch debacle. That's not bad. Okay. So you've got a separate one on order, and then you'll get a full refund on the first. So what actually happened with yours? Did you get the heat warping the whole unit? Did it start to warp, or what was going on? Everyone, it's Monday. It's another Monday. It's May 15th. We're continuing with Horizon Zero Dawn. This is our third day in the game. Friday, Saturday. I guess we're about 12 hours in. We got some good time between those 2 days. We've got 5 hours on the schedule today. We might go 5, we might go a little more. See where we were at. Things were really starting to open up near the end of the stream before. Big time. The map. Got our first... what was it called? The tall something. Tallneck? Was that their name? Tallnecks? At our first Tallneck on Saturday. KG! Hey! Thank you for the host. Yeah, I still have not tweaked the Zelda alerts to anything else. Maybe we'll just leave those for a little while. I did get some of the anniversary mugs mailed off. Another wave of those. This morning, the rest of the domestic ones, the US ones, got sent out. And I've got 7 boxes sealed up and labeled for international shipping tomorrow. I'm going to try and get all those out tomorrow. Figured out what was going wrong when I was trying to get the customs forms and getting some outrageous shipping quotes. Just difference between priority mail and first class international. Silly me, first class international is far, far less than priority. What do I know? Here to figure out those tallnecks. I'm glad someone can. Welcome, Bob. Welcome, man. Cheers. Still at work here, I imagine? Not the whole unit, Steven. Not the whole unit. The seam near the volume button started to white. Whoa! Yeah, that sounds funky. I wouldn't want that on mine. Aloy! Ahoy, Aloy! Have you gotten to put your new mug to any good use yet, Bob? In the office, but my mind is here. That's where I want it. That's where I want your mind at. What's this musical theme? I don't even remember hearing this before. Gentle guitar. Where'd it go? Just got quiet. So we're on the verge of level 12. We're in the middle of a number of quests. I mean, our map has exploded here. We're on our way to the massacre site as part of sort of an offshoot of our main quest. Secret at the Gates is our main quest. To unravel the conspiracy against her, Aloy must leave the sacred land of the Nora tribe, but an infestation of corrupted machines stands in her way. We were stopped. We spoke with Varl, who said that Sona, the war chief of the Nora, went missing after an ambush killed dozens of Braves. Varl wants Aloy to find her. That's sort of on the way. Supposed to head for Maria at Mother's Crown, but on the way go to the massacre site where the Nora war party was ambushed. And while we were doing that, we started to explore some of these new things on our map. Which I'm still taking in. We did not try the hunting grounds quests, but we made it to our first hunting grounds, discovered our first Tallneck and Devil's Thirst, completed, overridden, and that opened up a huge chunk of the map. We bought a couple special maps off of a merchant, which marked many things. Not only... When did the other Tallneck show up on the map? Anyways, metal flowers... Ancient vessels, figures. We've got so much to explore now, I don't know what to do with it. Save me washing out a cup? Oh, I hope it got washed out before use. Just saying. Just saying. It's the neon one. Oh, I wonder if something about the coloring of the plastic even had an effect on that, or what's going on. Rango, hey, Rango, what's up? Rango, your mug and the other international one should be going out tomorrow. I've got them boxed and labeled. Hot Wheels, doing well, still sick, but doing better. Better. Please get better. Keep getting better. I'm glad you're healing. Doing well here, too. Welcome, Hot Wheels. So, yeah, those domestic mugs will probably arrive on Wednesday or Thursday, and the international ones are probably gonna take a little while once I get them out. First exam is tomorrow. You're shitting. The easiest one of the lot, though. You're gonna do fine. You're gonna do fine. Yo! I'm embarrassed to say that, tell me again, man. Do we got number substitutions in your name? Because every time I see your name, my brain says Hovis, and then my brain says, wait, no. Something else. H-O-V. H0V. 15IS. Clear my brain, please. Set me straight. Clock me upside the head. Hovis is right? Yeah. All right. Can't trust my own brain. Mario. I am Luigi. That's funny, because I could swear it says Mario. Welcome, Luigi. It's the brothers. The plumbers have landed. 2 for 1. What did we make it to? We spotted some other Nora settlement, Mother's Rise. And we came up the hill. I went away from the massacre's site, and we came up the hill to Mother's Rise. Let's see what's here. That's where we're at. Well, Hovis, welcome back. This game should be on your must-buy list, yeah. Hey, Terry, how was your birthday? Yesterday was not just Mother's Day, Terry's birthday also. Trying to get in the habit of selling everything that cannot be crafted. So if the used for description on an item just says trading, selling, it's going. But anything that is craftable for now, I'm not going to sell anything that has crafting as a potential use. Ah, Mario Verde, Mario Green, same as Luigi, but in Spanish. I gotcha. Verde indeed. So, do you prefer to be called Luigi? It's gonna be a bit of a brain scrambler, but I think I can get that. We might be due for some weapon upgrades today. Sample box. Special mod box. Who are you?
That Brave. Sounds like he's suffering.
Yes. It's only a matter of time before he passes on.
We're missing something here.
I've seen people die before, but never in such pain. I want to be strong like you, but Nothing I do comforts him. I don't even have any dream willow to ease his pain. There should be some in stashes along brave trails to the east, but I must keep vigil for this man.
Which is more important, vigil or
I don't
survival?
suppose you could check the stashes? Even a little dream willow would ease his pain.
I'm shocked she wants Dreamwillow. I don't know who she's talking about. Maybe there is an injured brave laying right next to her that I didn't see, but I bet you're all shocked we're being asked to go get something. How do you know who we are? Word travel that fast?
You said that you, wanted to be strong, like me. I take it you know who I am?
I do. I know a lot of people didn't want you in the proving. But if you hadn't been there, everyone would have died. Shows how much we know. The very person we needed was someone the tribe never wanted. I wish I could borrow some of your courage now. For him.
You don't need to borrow what you already have.
I hope you're right.
Who are we talking about?
How did the man you're caring for get hurt?
He was one of the war party. Wounded in battle down the ridge there. He was too weak to be carried back to Mother's heart. So they brought him here. I'm supposed to comfort him, but all I can do is whisper. Tell him to think of his mother's smile.
Could you see the ambush from here?
I heard it. Explosions and screams and the howls of machines like monsters. That's what he keeps groaning and muttering about. Machines like nightmares ripping everyone to shreds. If only I could calm him. Help him forget all that and go to All Mother in peace.
Tell me what you need again.
Dream willow. An oil made from the bark of water willows that brings sleep and numbs pain. My supply is gone, but hunters keep it in stashes along brave trails, out of reach of beasts and machines. There should be some left in the stashes along trails to the east.
Sounds really mellow. Maybe she's been getting into her own stash of Dreamwillow. She's just a little too sedate.
You're young for a healer, aren't you?
Yes. I'm still learning the basics. But all the true healers are busy in Mother's heart. Besides,
Up,
this
woo.
brave is beyond healing. What he needs is someone to stay with him. And that, I can do.
Fine, you stay here. I'll
check
get
the
your
stashes for
drugs.
Dreamwillow if I get a chance.
You will? Thank you. My only wish is to ease this poor man's suffering.
And split the Dreamwillow with him. Okay, I see the brave now. She was tending to him. Her voice was so soft. Words so sedate.
Can you see beyond your sacred domain?
Hey, Edge. What's up, man?
Does your eternal
Welcome.
memory encompass the world?
Your mugs are en route as of
You're
today.
Aloy, aren't you? They say you've been made a seeker with rite of passage from the sacred land.
Yes. To track the killers who attacked the Proving.
I can't imagine leaving All Mother's protection. But my sister Nakoa is like you. Fearless. She went north to find a Karja officer called Zaid, one of the captains of the Red Raids. He's dangerous.
Zaids usually are.
I'm really worried about her.
I lived in the Embrace during the Red Raids. What was it like out here?
For 10 years, the Karja attacked without warning. Devils like Zaid butchered braves and kidnapped civilians for blood sacrifice. It all ended when the mad Sun King died. The matriarch said the
13th
Sun
King.
wants to set things right. But that wasn't enough for Nakoa.
14th King is the son of the 13th. We haven't heard too much about that, but the 13th King was mad, and the 14th King, his son, killed him for the position, and the 14th King wants peace.
Did the matriarchs really give Nakoa permission to leave?
No. They refused her. But nothing could stop her from going after Zaid. He murdered our father during the Red Raids. Nakoa saw it happen. Hid in the cellar and forced herself to watch. It changed her.
You could have gone with her.
Leave the sacred land and be purged from All Mother's eternal memory? No. I begged Nakoa to stay so she could avoid that fate. She said she didn't care. I don't know. Will she really be cursed for avenging our father? It seems cruel.
Dragoon! Long time no see, everybody, and Jay. No kidding.
I'll keep an eye out
Dragoon,
for
welcome
her.
back.
Oh, Mother bless.
What you been up to?
I know the matriarchs won't let her return to the sacred lands, but I just need to know that she's all right. She must have passed through Mother's crown. My Aunt Salai lives there. They might have spoken. Maybe she can tell you more.
You know, Edge,
All Mother.
what you just said about after a weekend of Andromeda animation, dialogue, voice acting makes you weep. It's curious that you would mention it now because I was just thinking how this tiny little outpost we ended the stream at the other day, started at today,
Pleading for strength and understanding.
is not even a good example of the quality of interactions that we have.
Can you see beyond your sacred domain?
This game too has a mix of carefully crafted facial animations and scenes which are a little more
Encompass the world.
automated and therefore less detailed. But the dialogue has been exceptional, most of it, and you know, and this was a little more run of the mill. But it still draws a contrast for you, huh? Dragoon, work and work and work and girlfriend. Yeah, see, Wu points out this game certainly is not king of the mountain for facial animations. It has some good ones, but sometimes people are talking like their jaws are wired shut and stuff. That said, I don't find it nearly as distracting as I did in another title. Yeah, well, should have picked up these quests the other day. So I feel a little lost. What are we doing here at this particular outpost? Well, it was on our way. That's really all it was. We were traveling. We had just climbed the Tall Neck in Devil's Creek. Devil's Thirst. Thanks, brain. This symbol I was wondering about seems to be marking the whole area. Devil's Thirst. This whole thing is Devil's Thirst. We were going to go looking for this metal flower, but it seemed to be down near the ancient armory. And that quest we've had for a while after we picked up a certain power cell is a level 25. I don't think we're going to be ready for whatever's down there. But we could search the Brave Trails for Dream Willow. Salai at Mother's Crown. Where would that be? Oh, I like how that works. Terry, thank you for the host. The, when I said show on map for the quest, it not only went to the map, but it actually took us from our current location and the cursor traveled. Didn't just jump to the destination. I like that. And that's up where we're headed anyways. Secret at the gates, talk to Maria. Mother's Crown is also up there. So let's head up there by way of some other stuff. The massacre site, some vantages and vessels. We're supposed to talk to Nil over at the Devil's Thirst bandit camp. Massacre site, first on the list. Yeah, Orango, some are great, some aren't so great. Middle ground. Consistency would be really nice. Sometimes making a few things exceptional is distracting when you can't maintain that across the board. Hot Wheels, thank you for the host. Hey. I hear you, Edge. The question mark that hangs over any Mass Effect DLC now is a big question mark. The way the game was received is gonna change what was probably a guaranteed thing. Do a big question mark. Middle-aged stream. Hey, Jimmy, thanks for the host. This is only our 3rd day here. I'm still learning how to play. Although a lot of it has come together nicely. Doing pretty good on resources. Host train hype! Ovis, what's the embarrassing confession you've got to make? You've never played Skyrim. Is that an embarrassing confession? Surely you're not the only one. Does that mean you're still thinking about whether or not to play it? Thinking you might play it sometime? Thinking of getting a Switch and play it on that? You know, I'm really excited to see what they do with that. Zelda threw me off. I thought, hey, now that Zelda's a thing, what's going to happen with Switch? With Skyrim on the Switch. Sorry, just talking, thinking. Trying to shoot. Hey. You're looking forward to it. Taking Switch mobile like that is going to be pretty exciting. The blaze didn't light. Blaze didn't light. Flashlight dinosaurs, awesome! Yeah, they do. Flashlight dinosaurs, that's exactly what it is. And their eyes do tend to be weak spots, but there are better weak spots than their eyes. Miss Misery, hey all, hey to you! How's the week starting off, Miss Misery? Come back here, buddy. Buddy, come back here. No! Hey, 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 hey. That's fine then. You go downstream. I didn't want your stupid loot anyways. Oh, you know what? We're out of room. We're out of room for mods. We either have to craft a new mod pouch. We'll take some rich meat, ridgewood, and metal shards. Let's do it. Now we can hold an additional 10 mods, but I gotta start selling those. We've got a lot of low-grade mods, low-tier mods that I will probably never use. We just sit there at a vendor for a couple minutes, should be able to figure out which ones we're never gonna use. What is everybody doing this week? Oh. This game is so pretty. It is so pretty. It's another one of those games which, as good as it looks, it's a real shame it's not ever going to be on PC. Think what a good gaming PC could do with this. I think it's time for concentration. We've got 4 points. We could, oh, actually, this 4th tier of skills still only has a 3-point cost. But I've been waiting for that concentration plus. Been saving up for it. Lamia! Hey, Lamia, welcome. How are you doing today? Arrgh, speeds up healing from the medicine pouch. I'm starting to see the value in that. There are larger heals than the very slow heal over time that you get from your medicine pouch. But if it were a little faster, then it would be much more viable mid-combat. Lure call. Instead of just having to throw rocks, a lure call. Lure a single enemy to your position. The target will be the closest, centered in Aloy's view. Aloy's view. Override time. Call mount. I don't think I want this whole tree necessarily, unless we end up getting everything. But lure call might be nice. Precision. Getting into that melee tree seems like a good idea now. Some of these things didn't seem so viable right away. Light spear attacks, having increased chance to knock off armor and components. Just didn't seem important. But we've had a lot of little scuffles end up caught in a melee situation I didn't plan, and it'd be nice to get more done with it. So, lure call, healer. Get the lure. You've got this game on your to-buy list. It better be there. Jimmy better be there.
There's gotta be a way to override even these things.
You see the blaze tanks, right? Put some distance. No, don't come near me to explode. Go somewhere else if you're gonna explode. That was not a good opening shot. Didn't hit a vulnerable spot at all. Although it does seem to have started limping. Lamia, you gotta tell us more. You're doing fantastic. You kicked someone's ass today, literally. I'm gonna go ahead and assume they deserved it. What happened? Oh, this! Thank you for the host.
This must be where the war party got massacred. Such destruction.
Oh, very nice. Middle-aged stream. 4K, 55-inch TV in the living room. I'd love to be able to do 1080p streams, or maybe just, 720, 60 FPS would be great. I'm experimenting with bumping up the bitrate a little bit first. I've got more of a mind to do that stuff than I do a stable net connection to do that stuff. On a business connection that only has a 5 meg upstream. God, what I could do with a little more.
To take down a corruptor.
Destroyed corruptor, heavy battle damage. Well, there's a lot of stuff around here.
All controlled by the killers.
Them and the destroyed corruptors, the corrupted watchers. How far along in the game are you? Just a few percent. Not very far at all, Dragoon. So, the game started in this area down here. And only on Saturday did we unlock this section of the map here. And we have at least 1, 2, 3, 4 more substantial areas to open up. Plot-wise, we've hardly done a thing. We started as a child, we had a montage to young adult, took part in a tribal ritual called the Proving. We've gone from outcast to member of the tribe. The tribe was attacked during the Proving. A great many were killed. We were appointed a very significant position in the tribe. So we went from outcast to brave to what's known as a seeker, all in a short period of time. And I don't think we even have a big sense of the main plot yet. We're at the beginning. That's the good news. We got a lot to do. Ovis, the recovery is going well. It was 8 weeks last Thursday since my spinal surgery. I'm gonna be starting PT next week on Thursday. Better check my schedule. But yeah, I'll be starting PT for that, and healing's going well. Thanks for asking. You may have noticed the stream's starting to get back up to speed.
Of them down the slope.
Regular streams again, 5 days a
The War
week.
Chief left something behind.
They're starting to get
Some
longer.
Clue as to where she went.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
I'm not used to the new sound effects yet. Hey there, Void. Welcome. Thank you for the host. What did she say about the destroyed corruptor? Here's someone shouting. Someone just say, "You there?" You don't want to talk here? You want to talk over there?
Brave, let us speak.
I'm trying.
The dead and wounded all cleared away. Are there no more braves or healers here?
Just me. You're hurt. What happened?
I didn't. It's madness out there. War Chief Sona sent me back to report. I'm no good to her like this.
It's a girl. Going well here. How about you? Sona, what happened?
So, you were here when the war party was ambushed.
I was. I thought after the proving there could be no darker day, but I was wrong. The War Chief was delayed gathering the rear guard. Eager for revenge, the Braves in the lead fell into the trap. Dozens lost in minutes. If Sona hadn't arrived and rallied us, no one would have survived.
They did.
Varl told me that the war chief tracked the killers. Did she find them?
We followed their trail, but again and again they sent corrupted machines to attack us. My wounds started to slow me down, so the War Chief sent me back to let others know she hasn't given up the fight.
That scar looks moist. That's what I was gonna say. I'm not sure if that's... I think that's a healing wound. It looks almost like a cleaned wound that has not yet scarred. It's too deep and moist. I'm getting my scar, as long as we're talking about that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's my war wound from the surgery. Does that show up? When I get up close there, it's got some real good texture to it. I gotta start massaging that thing. See if I can get it to fade away.
Varl sent me to look for Sona. Do you know where she is now?
All I can tell you is where we parted. Near the metal tower, southeast of the ruins at Devil's Thirst. Look to the rise behind it with a lone boulder. I'll head for the embrace and report what I know to Varl and the others. May All Mother lend you strength. You'll need it, going alone. Go to Sona's last known location. I just want to hear this music for a bit. There's so many good somber themes in this game already. Sona, the war chief of the Nora, went missing after an ambush killed dozens of Braves. Varl wants Aloy to find her, and now we have a last known location. Although it's back over where we climbed the Tallneck. Well, that works for me. We'll get to cross some terrain, maybe gather some more resources, and then we can go north from there. What is around us? Let's head to unlock this campfire before we double back east. See, I've considered this, Edge. Nah, you want your scar to show more. Then you can rotate through a set of amazing stories about how you got it. Got any suggestions? What stories could I adopt? It may seem silly to go killing little forest creatures, but we do need meat. We need a lot of meat. For fast travel kits, but also for other upgrades. That's on the other side, isn't it?
Fought a cockatrice. Yes. Yes, it was one of those Colorado cockatrices. They're nasty. Nasty things. Or not as nasty as my shooting. Miniature mecha went for your throat. I was building a killer robot and it turned on me. I had to fight it off with my teeth. Knife fight always works. Yeah, and keep it simple. It was a knife fight. I released the Striga girl from the curse, and she sliced me like in the first Witcher trailer. Keep him coming. This is good. I'm gonna have plenty to rotate through at this rate. Now we could sneak up and override that. We've got a new skill, override, and we can actually control and ride some of these. Or not, you know. How did it not notice? That first shot that stripped the armor. Come at me! That first shot that stripped the armor. How did it not notice? Remember your buttons, Jay? How did it not notice? A courtesan shaving me with a straight edge, and I sneezed. I went to cut the cookie cake that Kim sent, and my knife slipped. I confess that may have actually happened. Fortunately, not my throat.
Better. No more time to recover.
Bar fight in Mexico. Which is amazing considering I've never been to Mexico. But I wasn't a bar fight in Mexico, hence the scar on my throat. Scratching your chin with your toenails, you know, like I do, and they hadn't been cut recently enough. Are you in my room? Are you watching? Someone's got a camera in here. Gidzar! Thank you, man. Thank you for the host. How's the Gids doing today? Hello, everyone. Hello, Gidzar. What's your story? What are you up to this week? So what I'm trying to get in the habit of doing is using a first shot without concentration to tag a blaze tank or strip its armor, and then use a second shot with concentration to do a follow-up shot before creature starts moving too much. The Gids is doing good. How's everyone doing? Well, really good here. I was tempted and had to resist doing a little extra stream yesterday to play some more of this. I really wanted to play more right away. Played some Mario Kart yesterday with Rex and Woo off stream, of course. But we had a really good time. And I really, really suck at Mario Kart. I know I had played it on the Wii U, but man, just relearning it all over again. Finally pushed through the slowest of the races just for practice. Went through all the Grand Prix at the 50cc level, working on the hundreds. I need to relearn the courses and basic techniques before I can be remotely competitive. What's up, Rex? It was brutal, but you were good. as many of you saw, We Are Woo's very good. Mario Kart, very competitive, and I really could not compete with Woo, but Rex can. This game is made in the city you live in. Nice. You've played it already, haven't you, Gidzor? I just wanted to unlock this campfire over here. Let's head back through the ruins, through Devil's Thirst, past where we climbed the Tall Neck. Head for Sona's last known location. The soundtrack is something special too. Agree with that. That a scrapper? A grazer. Oh, the antlers. Okay. Played a little bit. Not a bad game, but you're not a big fan of it. Do you mind if I pick your brain on that a little bit, Gidzor? What was lacking? What did you feel like was missing that it didn't grab you? I think that shot actually missed. We got credit for it, but I think that shot went wide. Very forgiving hitbox there. Entropic! Greetings, Jay and chat. Greetings, brother!
I can get out of this.
It's a bit too slow for you, kids, when they just let you go free and explore a bit. Does that happen a lot in open world games? Do you find that when there's very little, you need to go here and do this now, do you get kind of frustrated with the lack of objectives, or? Nice dodge. So what is this lure? And how far away does the lure work? Not that far. What bot do you use on this stream? Hovis, I use Ankbot. I've been using Ankbot for quite a while. Oh, it did work. Look, it's coming all the way here. Nice. I don't think I got the blaze tank. So, blaze is not going to explode. We'll see if that guy even hangs around. You love having lots of choices. Does the world feel like it's not throwing enough stuff at you? You don't have to keep indulging my curiosity here, Gidzor. I'm just getting into the game now and finding how much I like. It's almost a. Some open worlds leave me with the feeling that I don't need a purpose to enjoy them, and others sort of demand having some sort of a purpose. I don't want to dwell on Andromeda, but where I didn't connect with that, I kind of felt like there's all this stuff, but I had no reason to be doing that stuff. It was all, I didn't want to dwell on that. But here, they're not even giving me that many things to do, and I don't really mind whether I'm going in this direction or that, hunting or gathering. But I think I'm drifting. I don't think I'm putting this together into any meaningful comments here. I should probably let it go. Gatherbot. I don't know Gatherbot. I know Moobot, but not Gatherbot. The thing about Ankh-Bot is it's Windows only, and you can run it on a virtual server, but otherwise you've got to run it on your own machine. It's not hosted like a service, as many of them are. What was that sound? Chit necklace. That should blow. 3, 2,
Quiet, does it?
0. The explosion took out a fish. Fish are another source of rich meat. That's good to know. Some of the upgrades required rich meat, which seemed to be a little less common than the fatty meat or the bony meat. Mike!
Okay.
What's up, Shamrock
Then I'm
Mike?
back.
Hello. Is this a swing set? It's like an old swing set. Oh, it was turning over here anyways. Nice shot, Jay! Right. How far is that? Mike, you walked all the way to your university for the gym? Must be something we've already gotten. First Amendment virtual, yeah. 5 miles. 5 miles of nature. That's a good walk. Maybe I misunderstood you. Gidzor said, looks great as well, but it takes its time before they let you go out and explore. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe I misunderstood you completely. Would you have, had it front-loaded with more freedom? Seems like some of that was necessary. They had to take us through childhood, and if as an outcast they gave you the freedom to wander instead of focusing on the proving, taking part in that. And after the proving, you pretty much did get handed the whole open world. Is what it looks like. We're not far past the proving right now. There's our buddy the tall neck. Don't step on me. Looking for Sona, and those tracks are probably hers. Do we follow him in this direction or the other way? Or no, these are actually just the tall neck's tracks, aren't they? Just crossed paths with it, so. I guess it's a slow start. I didn't feel limited by that slow start. There was so much for me to soak in that I didn't want it to move any more quickly. Those first few hours, I was hiding in the grasses from the smallest, weakest of the dinos. Not knowing what could or was going to kick my ass. I might go as far as to say that the atmosphere in this game was so good from the beginning that I didn't want it to move quickly at all. The slower the better, until I felt I was making sense of it. Oh, she's using her hands again. Hold on. When she was a child, she would scamper up stairs and hills using her hands. Let's see, watch for it here. Did she do it again? Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see her putting her hands on the ground to scamper up steep surfaces.
Arrow shards. A recent kill. Freshly skinned.
Yeah, Heichi. And you need the background on your character since it's not one you've created. Much like Geralt, there's an existing backstory it's important to know, at least some of.
Braves were crafting ammunition here. They must have taken a moment to rest. Couldn't have been easy, going on after the ambush.
Food scraps? So not the rabbit hanging, those food scraps.
Dressings for wounds.
Oh, wound dressings.
Well, there was
Don't
a
eat
wound
those.
that hurt.
What food
Might be a
scraps?
blood trail I could follow. I should try my focus.
Okay, but what about the food scraps? Doesn't matter anymore, huh? Oh, there's it's just a weird hitbox.
Sona and her braves can't be far.
Wanna climb? Yes? Give me that view! What is it with our fondness of apocalyptic and post-apocalyptic stories? Where does our fascination with our own potential future demise come from? Where does our affection for tales of surviving in harsh futures after the world we know collapses? Where does that come from? and in so many different forms. The Stand is one of my favorite tales of all time. But I think some of my favorite games are about worlds that have moved on. I know I'm not the only one. Is that Tallneck an enemy or friendly? Not hostile. It was not hostile at any point that I saw. And it functioned as a like a tower in Assassin's Creed or Zelda. By taking control of that Tallneck after climbing to its head, we were able to reveal a large portion of the map. Places that Tallneck had been were stored in its memory, and by taking control, we were able to reveal the map through it. Hey, Pendragon. The Stand.
Tracks. Boots and blood. Looks like Sona and her braves headed for that ridge.
Entropic, that's what drives us. It's what drives us into space, to see what lays over our known horizon, and so on, to think about the possible future. We can think of solutions for possible problems in the future. So are we, is it self-preservation for possible futures? Perhaps fascination with our own fragility. We do so much, we create so many things, and yet we are so fragile. And our whole world could turn to rust and dust. And one day it will. Corrupted machines are a bit different than the others. They're inherently more hostile. They're tougher and do more damage. And the corruption which they spread as they walk works like a poison. Machine site discovered. She's taking damage just by standing next to its corpse. Mind always chases. If this goes on, maybe a deep down survival instinct passed down. I think I know what you mean. That's much of what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Breakfast is ready for everyone. Mike, did you bring enough for everyone? I'll get in on that breakfast. Well, I don't know, Mike. Selfish or not. You have a lot of people to cook for. No small job. No small ask. Dagstar Gaming, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Get a welcome for Dagstar. What is that? Fire Bellowback. Well, there's a new one. View the notebook. Fire Bellowback swollen with volatile liquid cargo. It can spray streams of its cargo to engulf enemies. Cargo. Destroying this component disables the ranged elemental attack. Triggers an elemental explosion, damaging anything in the area. So shoot it in the butt. Gullet. Destroying this component will disable fire attacks and trigger a large explosion, setting fire to anything in the area. Its blaze canister is rather protected.
They're scanning for me.
Ah! Overcompensated. I think that caught fire. I think it's burning. No?
It looks like that machine carries fluid in those sacks. I'm not sure I want to find out what.
There we go. No, it's on fire now. Isn't it? That may contain something very flammable, but it seems pretty solid. I don't think we got through at all. Can I hop on it and use it as a mount? Good question. Well, that was an expensive experiment.
The dead sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out. She could be close.
That's more my size. Entrobot always knows. This is why we fear him. Dead sawtooth. Maybe Sona took it out, huh? It's a trap.
You're lucky I happened by. One heartbeat more, and that sawtooth would have torn you apart.
Maybe.
Half a heartbeat more and I would have killed it myself. So you're War Chief Sona? Varl asked me to find you.
Has he held the gate?
He has, bravely. I saw him kill a corrupted machine himself. But he worries for you.
Our tribe needs strength, not sentiment. I've tracked some of the killers who struck the Proving. I crave vengeance. Do you?
You have no idea.
Show me then. Lend me your strength. Follow. The killers are just across this ridge, digging the cursed earth.
Happened
The
to
sin
her
of the ancients
companions.
is buried in that soil. Corrupt
She arrived with 2 others. Where'd they go?
I know of them. I killed one at Mother's Watch.
Loot grub.
A bold claim. I wonder if you'll live up to it.
So some of the machine's edge are like the scrappers. They will gather other machine parts. So that makes sense. What are they doing around other machine corpses? They're gathering and reusing tech. But what do they get out of an organic? If they kill an organic, what purpose does that serve? The ones which are not corrupted, as the story goes, as we've learned so far, they coexisted with humans at some point. They tended to run away if you attacked them, as opposed to turn and fight. But not only did they become more aggressive, but some of them are outright corrupted and hostile. And what's controlling them? Some machines seem to be controlling other machines, turning them hostile. But there seems to be a lot going on, and we don't know it all.
Oh, useful.
We hardly know any of it yet. Does this game autosave in cutscenes? It seems to autosave at a few different points, possibly at cutscenes. May as well use this campfire over here for a quick save, but the autosaves have been pretty good. A few times I've died and been sent back to an autosave point that really was not too far.
Good for an old remedy.
Maybe it's that simple, Edge. Maybe they adapted from being attacked.
Hours ago, I sent Braves into hiding
Mechanical
in the
survival
tree wall.
instincts.
On my signal, they'll attack. The enemy and their demonic machines outnumber us, but we will have fury on our side.
We could have more than that.
Explain.
That's Blaze. What we used to burn, they used to blast. It's how they dug out this pit.
So we put fire to it and then?
Boom.
Then let us begin.
Whoa, wait. Let's not rush. Give me some time to make an approach. If I end up alerting them, open fire.
All right. Let's see what you can do.
Destroy the blaze containers, optionally. Yeah, the chicken or the egg, Edge, I am not at all sure. Okay, those green tanks, blaze containers. And some of the hostile humans seem to be wearing blaze containers as well. On their backs. The Watchers, I may not be able to take them out with single shots. Kill the cultists and corrupted machines and optionally destroy the blaze containers. What was our discussion of stealth about? Even if I light off a blaze container, it's going to... I doubt everybody's going to die in one blast. That would be amazing. Not going to happen so easily, is it? Destroy the blaze containers. Where would we sneak down to? Let's say we took this rope down and dropped into the bushes down here.
Quick way down.
Get down.
The shadows are getting long.
Should be okay hiding out here for a minute, but destroy the blaze containers. I want to try to sneak up to one of those blaze containers to see if there's something besides setting fire to it that I can do. Disable it? Dropped a patch of corruption right next to the tank, though. Don't know how long that lasts. There it goes. I get spotted. They're curious.
Fall before the shadow.
Oh. Spotted. Oh! Hot damn! This is gonna go south fast! Faster than I thought. Oh, man! So, didn't learn much there, but a little bit. There didn't seem to be any action I could take on the blaze container when we got up close. Silent strike on the hostile, on the cultist. Simpika, hey! Welcome. Well, let's try something else then. Optionally destroy the blaze containers. We cannot fire arrows right now while going across ropes, but there is a skill that would let us do that. Simpika, I am good. Quite well. How about you? Did the blaze on his backlight? Maybe not. The range on this.
She's coming.
I don't know if they can lob.
Just stay out of their way
I
for
don't know if they
now.
can lob anything up here. What do we have left for blaze containers? Come on, that guy's back. Yes, it's gonna blow. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
something come up here? Something path up here? We still have optional on the. Ah, do you see there's a blaze container off that way? But it's gonna take a flame arrow and a direct shot, yeah? Sweet, they're going in. Alright, we're going in.
Watch what's coming!
See any more blaze containers?
Watch, no mistakes.
Well, Dragoon, you remember our regular streams here were 6 hours. And we're just about back up to that. We've had a couple 7s and 1 8. Nothing longer than that yet. I'm still not that far from, not that far out of surgery. Hey, watch yourself.
I've got you marked.
Am I stuck on something?
Down you go.
Come on, get out of here. Aloy, you are really stuck. That whole sequence played out kind of weird. Oh, I'm refraining from those for a while. It sounded like we were going to go in and somehow stealthily take out blaze containers. There was nothing stealthy about taking out blaze containers. Resource supply box, something's full. %, handling coil.
Oh, this is good.
And dive off another ledge. Treasure, slag shine glass, metal shards. If you haven't played the game, the metal shards function as a currency, as well as a crafting component, the most basic and common crafting component.
This wasn't all the killers. I counted more at the War Party massacre. If I have to chase their filthy shadows from here to Spear's Reach, I will.
You're hurt, losing blood.
My health is not your concern.
No one doubts your determination, but you need rest.
She's right, War Chief. Give your wounds time to close.
Varl, what are you doing here? I ordered you to hold that gate with your life.
And so I did, until the runner you sent returned with news of his encounter with Aloy and your location. I left the gate well guarded. My place is here, with you, with our vengeance. Am I not owed that?
Maybe I should have a look around. See if I can figure out where the rest of the killers are.
Do as you wish. Everyone else does.
Mother.
She's cranky. Varl seems alright. Sona seems pretty damn cranky. Investigate the dig site. Follow the trail of blaze. Probably the other direction. You all good in here? We clean everything out? So this whistle I picked up. Can't do it unless I'm actually targeting an enemy.
Commanders, over the past month, accidental blaze explosions have killed 12 men. Here in the Ring of Metal, I've taken the precaution of placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I've posted guards to control access. I urge you to take similar measures, or suffer the consequences. Supply Master Thrawn, out.
Clips officer.
A blaze stockpile inside their base. Sabotage that, and we win.
So that recording and the Eclipse are a current group, or a lot of the lore that we find is from the old world, the metal world. But maybe some of the recordings... The Nora tribe doesn't use tech. They're not making any recordings. There are other tribes who are not as quick to shun what's left of the technology in the world. Guess I'm unclear on the Eclipse. We heard that before, the Eclipse?
I found something. The rest of the killers are camped inside a ring of metal. Any idea what that means?
Damn them. The Ring of Metal lies in the ruins of Devil's Grief. That ground is taboo. I will return to the matriarchs, beg them to make an exception.
There's no time for that.
Blood spilled calls for blood spilled. If the ground is cursed, then let our vengeance sanctify it.
You blaspheme!
Please, War Chief, break the taboo.
Devil's Grief is a cursed place. But maybe Aloy's secret blessing can protect us. I'll send scouts ahead. Our force will assemble at the cliff above Red Echoes, and launch our attack from there.
Sounds like a plan. See you there.
Well, she came around pretty quickly. What? Edie Gray, hey man. Assassin's Creed 3 is pissing you off? What, I'm not even gonna take a guess. What got to you? What got to you? I know what part of that game bugged me. I liked the setting a lot. I even liked Connor. But, some parts of that game kind of bugged me too. What is it? What's bugging you, man? Revenge of the Nora. That's up. close is that to our other destinations? Well past. All right, we were headed to Mother's Crown, and that is way north of Mother's Crown. Don't do it! Hey, Tiger. Don't smash your PS3. Chase sequences. Chase sequences are some of my least favorite things in Assassin's Creed. Eavesdropping and chase sequences. Races and chases. I really don't like the races or the chases. Well, with all this stuff around us, we gotta poke around before we go anywhere. If we can find this metal flower in another ancient vessel. Climb that, can't you? Ah, please. Mechanically, if there was, so far, if there was one thing I would tweak about the game, it would be free climbing. It would be a little bit more of a free climbing system. There's no way I'm going to be able to bridge this. If I can walk out on it, I was going to try to roll to the other side. No, Dragoon, I did not see the Assassin's Creed movie. I take it you did? What did you think? Or anyone else that's seen it? There it is. So these metal flowers we're about to come upon one contain code fragments. These metal flowers are of the old world. Each one has a slightly different code fragment. We found Mark 1, A, B, C, and D. The code fragment says, orchid breathing, incense into, butterfly wings. I did know that Fassbender was in it, but, you know, Fassbender's good, but does that make a good movie? Steven, how do you find the UI on this? Seems like there are spots of symbols and numbers for different things, and trying to understand them seems to take a while. Yeah, although on the map, a lot of these showed up all at once. We bought a couple optional maps, and if we had not purchased these optional maps, all of these flowers, all of these so-called vessels, and these vantage points, which is about 80% of the icons on the map right now, they would not even be there. They would just be collectibles for us to find. But we bought maps, and that's why the map is now covered in them. Some of these just denote locations where different enemies tend to be. Scrapper's site, Strider's site. It's not as hectic as it might look. These antler symbols, what they are, antlers, they look sort of like antlers, are merchants. Campfires are all over the place, so that clutters up the map a bit as well. There aren't that many different types. Here's what we've got. You can see the key there. Machines, campfires, merchants, inactive quests, undiscovered locations. Whatever that mountain symbol is, it says undiscovered. It'll have a different name once we get to one. It's like the bow for hunting grounds said undiscovered until we got to the first one. Corrupted zones, areas that need to be cleared of corrupted enemies. It's not too bad. I think my mustache is tickling my nose today a whole lot. With Petey Gray, I don't know. I don't know if we can offer you any solace, but that happens to a lot of us. There are, as much as we might like Assassin's Creed, there's some truly infuriating things in some of those games. Head back down towards Ancient Vessel. But yeah, a lot of what's on the map there, Steven, is just collectible stuff, very optional. And with the patch last week, I think prior to that patch, you could not even filter those off the map. So if you wanted to, you could thin out your map a whole lot. A lot of neat things were added in the patch, and since this is my first playthrough, even though I read the patch notes, I don't really have a sense of the differences. I take for granted things that they just patched in last week, like being able to mark multiple items when you're selling at a merchant and then selling them all at once, and kind of
These are
flag
helpful.
things for sale.
Bitter, though.
That's new. But for me, it's just part of the game.
Ouch.
No, not ouch. You're doing fine. Nice. Grats, BD, grats.
Laurel spoke of a bandit camp and some metal ruins. That must be the place there. Best keep an eye out around here.
Who spoke of a bandit camp and metal ruins? Oh, look at the skill we picked up. As part of the description, does it include luring humans? Use call from the tools menu to lure a single enemy to your position. Target will be the closest, most centered. Does that work with humans? We're off in the grass here. That's straight out of Assassin's Creed, yeah. Get a sneak strike. Come to mama.
Cut a Bella back and Gungle spew out.
Oh! Now, what? Why did it get so dark? What the hell's happening in the skies? Okay. That's black. Seems unlikely that we'd be able to lure one by one the entire camp. Anybody else on the outside of the camp here? Anybody on patrol? There's another tower. Bad for archery in this game. What do you mean? What's that edge?
Can't carry more.
Okay. See if we can craft a larger pouch for potions. Potions pouch. We are short fishbone. Fishbone. I mean, is the rain bad for archery? Maybe, but not that I've noticed. If it is, I'm not aware of it. We've got a Nora prisoner here. Does this even tie into a quest? Where are we at? Devil's Thirst Camp, Bandit Camp, level 7. Then we should clean it out. Does it tie into any of our quests or errands? Hunting Lodge. Bandit camps are their own category. Talk to Nil near the Devil's Thirst Camp. We activate that. Let's move around the camp and go talk to Nil. And before we do that, let's backtrack and look for this ancient vessel. There are many weapon upgrades. You can buy melee weapons as well as ranged weapons. Although there are a lot more ranged weapons. But you can buy new spears, I think? Or am I completely imagining that? There are upgraded spears, aren't there? So what you have, Stephen, for aiming with bows, once you're aiming, you can click the analog stick to get a sort of bullet time. If you see that indicator going down, this is the upgraded version of concentration. But it slows everything down substantially, gives you more time to aim. All right, Hot Wheels. Thanks for hanging out a bit today. Keep feeling better, man. We'll see you later. So the last vessel we found was a very small object in a little lootable box. And I bet some of the vessels take different forms. They're not all going to be mugs. The last one was actually a mug. Maybe they're all mugs. Maybe they're all mugs. Like that ancient debris, my guess is that's where our vessel is waiting here.
Rain's not so bad.
Being able to craft ammunition on the fly, even in the middle of combat while something's charging at you. Bringing up this wheel is only a slowdown. It doesn't stop time, but it's usually enough time to craft something. Yes, they put our anniversary mugs in game. Special request. There it is. Ancient vessel, Wayfarers. Cracked and old, battered vessel. Once dear to the old ones, bears the legend, Heart's Wayfarers. Sets of ancient vessels can be traded in Meridian for valuable rewards. Vantages, vessels, metal flowers, and what's the bottom category? Figures. Banuk figures. Let's find another vantage before heading north. Somewhere up there, we're gonna have to go into whatever this structure is and find our way up. Dinos in there somewhere. Scrappers. Scrappers. Our vantage is up there. Like there's a log of some sort. UK vets struggle. Text data points. Well, these have been pretty well written. 10 years after mustering out, UK vets struggle to make ends meet. Watford, May 1st, 2062. 10 years ago, Lance Corporal Rosalind Jeffries received her discharge paperwork at a ceremony that marked the decommissioning of all human combat forces in the Royal Air Force. All human combat forces. Today, Jeffries and her husband live with another former military family in a small 2-bedroom flat in Watford. Well, it's not ideal, says the good-humored Jeffries, who supplements her military pension as a bartender. But it's sort of an English tradition, isn't it? Resenting elected officials for breaking promises. We make do. Jeffries isn't the only one having to make do. According to a study conducted by the Social Welfare Research Institute, 75% of veterans polled report they are unable to cover living expenses with their pension income alone. Researcher Harold Adeyemi explains it's a complicated situation. 10 years ago, few people anticipated just how high and how quickly the cost of living would rise. As funding of the NHS had gradually been siphoned into the coffers of corporate healthcare providers, it became increasingly difficult for veterans to access medical care. Those are just two factors of probably thousands contributing to straits becoming so dire for our veterans. But I suppose that's little comfort to someone who's been struggling to feed their children. Hey, Biting Barbie. Hey, everyone. How do you get used to the compass being horizontal at the top? You could never get used to that on Skyrim. Prefer something minimal? I guess I've just seen it similar in enough games to have gotten used to it. No trick to getting used to it for me, just time and more time. That was not slick. She makes some nice lunges though. When she's doing a strong attack or even a quick attack, she'll cover a lot of distance. Pay attention! Don't forget to watch your blind spot. Oh, mini-map. Alright, that I get you now, Steven. That makes more sense. Prefer a mini-map to a compass. Case by case. Sometimes mini-map would be desirable. Sometimes it seems to clutter things up a bit. We're looking for a way up. I need to get up there, and it connects to other parts of this. I think if we find a handhold anywhere in this structure, it's going to get us started. You need fish bones too. Yes, we need fish bones. There. Are fish in the water? Well, some games seem to do alright with the horizontal compass, and sometimes it's really awkward. This one seems to do alright. I had trouble with the compass in Andromeda. But it doesn't quite seem like a universal problem. Striking out so far, finding a place to start climbing.
Let's do this.
Oh, we've been spotted, smelled. Damn. have that urge a lot, Steven. Imagine if you could climb things, anything, in this game like in Zelda. I would settle for halfway. Some sort of free climbing on reasonable ledges and edges. And that tall neck that's pacing around here, we don't need to go revisit it. Right on, Hot Wheels. I know you'll get through it. Arg! What we need to get to is right above us. The ruins over here don't seem to connect, or over there, but the stuff over there does. If I could pull back and get a little perspective, maybe I could see what is likely to connect to it. Let's cross the water again here. Okay, see what we're trying to get to? Up there? Maybe even the taller of those two. Since we're not free climbing, there's got to be a starting point. Something that puts us on the path. How about right here? That broken I see it. There it is. So all this pacing around the building is to find that. Because there is no other way to start climbing some of these things. Oh, nice slowdown.
Here, I can look into the past with my focus.
Look into the past. Like room to hold something here. Detonating blast trap tool. Traps or potions, same pouch. We need the fish bones. Access vantage cache. Hey, Nick. I will endeavor not to go rolling off the edge after this, as I've done before. Let's restart it. I want to get the audio.
Apaka Shitstorm Tour Day 4.
Apaka Shitstorm.
It's hard to believe Metallurgic International used to be headquartered in this dreary old cigarette. Wyatt's office was on the second floor from the top. If Emmett had a policy against birthplace romances, he probably wrote it.
So at these spots, we're actually seeing what was here in the past. See the decayed buildings and what they were before. Shining towers of steel and glass. Look at them now.
Rain. Ah well, I'm mostly waterproof.
How about we rappel down? Look on me, and despair. Statues of men riding actual horses. Okay. Now let's head north to talk to Nil before we take on that bandit camp. And more importantly, exactly where it is in the past. I'm almost a little bit surprised. I'm getting used to it now, but the game gives us specific dates for a lot of the lore. A lot of what we're hearing took place in the 22nd century. Seems like a shift from...
Never know when I might need these.
The military seems to have taken a big shift in the 2100s from human to robotic. I can only guess that things fell apart shortly after, or maybe things were already falling apart. Should get closer. You know Ozymandias? Buried in the sands? Yeah, it's been a long time since I'd heard the poem. But yes, it was familiar as soon as you posted it. Which was one of the Ramses, right? Fishbone. Welcome back, Mike.
These will keep.
Ancient toothpick. It still exists? What was it made out of?
Clear that up later.
A metal toothpick. You shouldn't use metal toothpicks. What ancient toothpick would survive if it wasn't metal? Kapow! S7, welcome, man.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Silent Woo. I woo you softly. We're here to meet Nil, and then we're gonna go take that bandit camp. Assume we're gonna take it together. Something else over here. Another vessel. Drone hop. Cracked and battered vessel, once dear to the old ones, shows a curious flying machine. Sets of ancient vessels can be traded, yeah. All part of the first set still.
I'm glad you came.
You're glad. Why?
Call it a shared interest. And call me Nil. Look there, those old rocks. A bandit clan squats under them. Disturb the rocks and they'll come wriggling out. Worms that they are.
Bandits. Why have they come here?
Denora are in trouble. Rumors spread like blood. With no braves to guard the border, killers hungry for sport slip right through.
Bet those tattoos
My
were
partner
fun.
and I shadowed these scum for days. Good tracker, but he went on ahead without me. We talked about this kind of behavior. Still, I understand. Leave it too long, your fingers itch for the bowstring. Say, how about you and I work together? Kill them all.
I was thinking that too. And the reflectors on his head, they look like old roadside or car reflectors. Maybe cut into pieces. They look like something from the old world. Think this guy freaks you out. Those tattoos are kind of creepy. Bet they hurt.
I don't know you.
Killed a
And
couple
I have no
guys in
reason to
prison,
trust you.
apparently.
Trust is a rare egg to find, isn't it? I'm just a traveler. With a bow, concern about the state of these lands, and a missing partner.
A really
I don't
suspicious
think you're just
voice.
anything at all.
Let me put it another way. Are you a bandit?
Of course not.
Then you have nothing to fear from.
Not together. Well, no, let's try it. Not saying I trust this guy.
All right. Someone has to stop them from hurting others.
And we will. We'll stop them from doing anything. Save screaming a while.
This guy is
Go
kind
ahead
of
and take the
sick,
lead.
though.
I look forward to seeing what you're capable of.
He's bloodthirsty. He doesn't just want to clear out the bandits. He wants to hear them scream.
That's the alarm. Let them sound it and more will come running. It's a gift.
Along with this guy, who I
And if
just...
you're the heroic kind who needs a little extra, there's the captives.
Creepy guy is creepy. Alright, let's scout this place out. Bandit camp, an alarm in the middle. They've got some lookouts. We already took one of their lookouts on the far side. I'm not convinced we'll be able to cross the bridge without getting spotted, but I'm gonna try. If I can get to the cover of bushes on the far side, the next would be to take out the lookout. Better mark some of these too. He's standing right by the bushes I want to be in. And if he walks away from them and we can get to those bushes, we're gonna call him back and take him out. There he goes. There he goes. Buddy's coming back this way. Anyone know limit on tags? think we'll wait for this guy, to walk away. His buddy will be coming back down. On the other hand... Shh. Nobody saw that. An offer to someone for AC4. What's that? Edie Gray, sounds like you're ready for the next one. And a level. We're gonna whistle this guy over.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know you can hear me. But can you see me? The question. Why don't you check out... Whoa!
Someone's out there killing us. Look!
Not actually coming close enough. They're on alert.
Taste of metal.
Your hair is good camo for those red flowers. I think it might be on purpose. Of course, we could get spotted going up in this tower, but we might also be able to take out a few from this tower. Let's see.
They're still looking.
Down over there.
And they're coming. Get into the grass.
That alarm will wake up the whole camp. And more besides.
Yeah, weren't we okay with that? At least our sicko pal here is. Shit.
That is not good. Signal fires at track.
They've got to sound the alarm after that. That was a terrible shot. What the hell is that sound? Oh, it's their alarm. They did finally set it. It's screaming. That's a creepy ass alarm. Oh. Whoa! I get tagged with. Is that guy beaten on nil? got some range on him.
Whoa!
Realize we're already out-leveled for this camp. We could probably storm right through it. This is my first bandit camp. I'm not storming into anything. Still got some lookouts. I can't quite see. Are you classing available skills as spoilers? Not exactly, but I mean, if you want to offer a gameplay tip like that, like skills, just ask first if you can. Like, can I suggest a useful skill for situations like this? Something like that.
They've taken those travelers captive. Move along now. I'm not leaving you in here. Let me get this open.
He'll just about mess that shot up. That focus is OP. It is upgraded twice. It is upgraded twice. For what it's worth, we did have to invest in that. You get a little slowdown with the first tier, but then we had to buy into Heavy Lifter, and then Concentration Plus, and I think it's max now. Last tier is that you reload faster while using Concentration. Are the prisoners helping us now? Like the prisoners are going to give us some help with the rest of the camp, and there's not much left. I knew when I saw Concentration on there that I wanted it.
No Oseram will get...
The Iceman
Is that it?
cometh.
Probably. Yeah, it was. Nice timing, Iceman. Bow and a redhead. Color me interested. That was my first bandit camp. And we're about twice the level of the camp already. Which I have absolutely no problem with. So we're going to do our standard sell everything that is not potentially for crafting. Avoid selling things that are for crafting, trading, selling. Am I flagging these things successfully? so... mods. I should start selling some of these mods. Look at all these mods. Let's look through them and sell the weaker ones. The rating. So if we look at the values, the 10 value ones. Damage, that's a nice combo. Tear, damage, fire. We're not selling stuff like that. But how about the low percent mods? Can't mark these. Fire. Let's look at the better ones first, see what we're comparing them to. We've got stealth, corruption resist, shock, melee resists, combo resists, which look a lot better. Resist shock. Hey, Driggs. Once you go ice, you never go, shit. That's nothing. Nothing, I tell ya. Let's sell these 5%. Melee resist. Range resist. Save some of the cooler ones and combos. I get used to what's what. We'll probably have some armor pieces at some point that can take multiple mods. We could stack these, but I can figure out what the lower tier ones are. We'll ditch some of those. You're good, you just got off work, worked from home today. One of those, nice. You're able to check in quicker than usual. Most excellent, sir. Well, each merchant seems to have one of these free sample boxes. That was a good tip the other day. Maybe we should start considering more armor. Maybe this is the time. Let's look at the top heavy stuff. We don't have the ingredients we would need. We don't have Strider hearts, Watcher hearts, Shell Walker hearts, so those are off the table anyways. All the mediums too. Shell Walker lenses, Scrapper lenses. I thought we had stuff like Scrapper lenses and Watcher lenses. Did I just sell them? Did I just sell them? Buyback does not include the other stuff I sold, for whatever reason. Your night off tonight too, so no stream. Well, good, you get to just kick back, man. Kick back, relax, no pressure. I'm gonna take a break in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll be going for a while yet today. Currently using that sharp shot bow, 20 handling, 60 damage. Got not put a mod in it. Well, that's if we're buying a new one. But there's a better sharp shot bow. Seems to have an additional arrow type, a different ammo type. Yeah, Saber. So that's why I've only been selling things. I look at the resources we've got here. If they say they're used for crafting at all, I've been not selling them. The only things I've been selling are the ones that say for selling or trading or both, but nothing else. And I'm probably hoarding a bit too much. Corruption, protection, extra stealth. I don't know. All these suits and I can't get the better ones, and disinclined to buy into the light gear right now. Keep animal parts, keep hearts and lenses from dinos.
Seeker, would you lower yourself to speak with me?
So, since I didn't see it in the buyback, maybe you can answer this for me, Iceman or anyone. Parts and lenses.
Please.
I've probably been selling
may I
those
speak
because
with
they're
you?
not marked as for crafting. But I should not necessarily be selling all those because those are some of the rarer things I need to trade for better gear. Is that correct? I've probably been hastily selling those because they weren't marked for crafting.
I beg you, Seeker.
My approach was
A
not
moment
good.
Of your time.
Hey. Fun. Which of you wants
I'm
it?
honored.
There you go.
All Mother be praised.
Are you all right? Is there something you need?
Yes. My friends and I watched you clear the bandits out of this camp. We're glad. They would steal from us, chase us through the night laughing. We're outcasts, not braves. Almost defenseless.
Where?
Where did you all come from?
Some of us have wandered the sacred lands for years. As for me, the village I grew up in was burned in the Red Raids. I'm ashamed I wasn't there to protect them, but I was an outcast long before the Karja came.
How did you all come to be here together?
You wonder how we speak to each other when the law forbids it. But what hope do we have here, outside the embrace, alone?
I wasn't judging you. I was an outcast once.
Forgive me. You're right to ask. I convinced them to speak. I told them we were only sentenced to be outcast, not to die out here.
An intelligent approach. How did you come to be an outcast?
I was a fool. I refused to do what I was told. Never went hunting when I could sit under a tree instead. I argued with my family every step, picked fights with other braves. One day, such a fight grew fierce. I got a lucky hit, an unlucky one. He went down, and there was no one left to speak for me. I deserved to be an outcast.
You seem different from the person you describe.
I hope to be. We are all outcasts, but we need to stay together to survive. This camp we once hated could serve us well now. Would you let us stay here, even if it flies in the face of the Matriarch's laws?
Of course, by all means.
Oh, I'd hoped you'd say so. You're an inspiration to us. Thank you.
Aloy is a seeker. Does that really give her, I don't think she can grant permission to outcasts for one thing or another. That's not her role. Let's clean this place up. There's bound to be some stuff around. For the buyback, I think you only see a certain amount, not all the ones you sold. If you sold a lot, that's what I was kind of fearing when I went to check.
Keep that for later.
I crave. I think you're right. Quick save advanced the day, time of day a little bit. It's like the lighting changed after it faded to black. It came back up and the lighting was a bit different. You open up the map, yeah, you bet. Ancient Metal Eye. All we've found is just one tall neck, the first one in Devil's Thirst, and we haven't gone any further north than this. Where we're at now is the northmost point we've been to. Been pretty thorough about tagging different locations. We did not do the hunting grounds. Side stuff down here. Not sure what that is. Missed it. This was that level 25 ancient armory, so we have not gone down in there. Insult to injury, supply cache. Not sure where that came from or when. PS4 only. Yeah, it is. It is Edge. This is one of those games that are really, they're too good to be locked into exclusives, and yet that's exactly what they are. dummy. Do we need to cross? Training dummies. Ancient debris. Alright, we need to go around and grab that before we go talk to Nil. Break time, yeah, in a few minutes. Since 5-hour stream today, I was thinking of just splitting it into 2.5 hours. We'll be breaking shortly. Still up in there. No! The little blurry purple blobs when you're using your focus. It can be pretty hard to judge the distance. Some of them seem pretty far away and they're really close. It's the way we went in on the other side, which I then left from. Is that the only way up? Ugh. Come on, let me in. Let me in. At least one container up here. Ancient debris. Whole storeroom in here. Doesn't it though? Yeah, Iceman, this is that OG PS4. Plays smooth, it looks great. I'm sure it's even better on the Pro, but there's not falling short here in any ways that I'm seeing. Okay. Looted this place out. Ow. That stream's a little shallow to dive into. I don't know about that. Yeah, crafting on the fly is nice, especially for ammunition. It really takes a lot of the pressure off. Instead of feeling like you have to scrounge and prepare for each fight. Should you forget to craft some ammunition, it'll be there for you. You just have to be a little more careful about picking your moments. You can restock on ammo midway through a battle.
Feels good, doesn't it? Hold it inside you one last breath. Then let it out.
Ugh. I didn't find your partner.
They killed him. I hardly feel surprised. He was already getting cocky when we carved through the last bandit camp. I thought he and I were agreed. Only enjoy the killing as much as the challenge. No great loss. Nothing in the wilds I can't handle, just me and the voice of our teeth here.
Your bow has a name?
Yours doesn't?
Not yet. Should we name our bow? Nil, who the hell are you?
You're not just a traveler. That armor was fitted for you, and the way you hold your bow.
I said a concerned traveler. I was a soldier, but I was a soldier longer than there was a war, if you follow. Where the arrowhead passes between armor and skin, that's the place I want. So I make opportunities to find it. It's like coming home.
Have you ever thought about hunting machines?
They don't get that look in it.
Nil is sick. Whatever else he is, he's just a little bit sick.
Somehow?
They wrong us all. They live filthy lives, so they have to die that way too.
So you hunt them down to help others?
No. For sport. I can't wait for wars anymore. Life's too short and the thrill of death too sharp. If you kill a tribesman, there'll be retribution. Hunt a boar, they complain if you waste the meat. But bandits, they're vicious. They always put up a fight, and no one cares if you kill them.
This guy seems like he belongs in the world of Fallout more than Horizon. Dude. It's for the greater good that you are one sick fellow.
I'm not sure who's worse. You or them.
We're standing. They're not. Clearly, we were better.
Borderlands, maybe, yeah.
We're done here.
Here? I'm afraid so. But we live in a world of ruins, and bandits are drawn to them like infection to a wound. You wouldn't let that infection set in, would you? I'm sure we'll meet again.
Maybe. If it can't be helped.
If we pass each other by, we'll know it by whom.
He's one of those bloodthirsty sorts that assumes anyone else is just as bloodthirsty. Oh, you're a killer like me. Okay. You didn't get to see any of that because you had met Nil after doing all the bandit camps. BD Gray. Yikes. I can see how that would happen though. We ran into Nil earlier, but even after that, he was camped out over here. And I started coming at this bandit camp from over here. It would have been easy to just move on right past Nil. Let's head to another vantage. Actually, we should break now, but let's get closer to that vantage. I can take that break, find the vantage, and I think we'll be heading in to see Maria at Mother's Crown. Doesn't seem right to head far north past that. We've got business here. Dregs, it really shows. Guerrilla Games, from concept art to the finished product, has done an amazing job. They hired some of the very best in the industry to produce this project. And the little details really show it off, too. It's not
Easier
just...
when I was a kid.
It's not just fun, conceptually sound as a game. It's TLC, visible everywhere. Not to whittle all of that down to one little thing here, but the ground cover? The ground cover, it's amazing what we've gotten over the past 5-10 years for improvements. From plants that were just a few crisscrossed, flat bits, the stuff that feels like grass and trees, and then the density of the flora and ground cover in a game like this. And the variety in any given area. It's not just one cool looking bit of ground cover here and then you go somewhere else and it's a different bit of cool looking ground cover. They mix it. It's really effective. Got her hair in the wind. Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Got one.
I marked the wrong spot. Have you checked out photo mode yet? I have not. I know it's right there, but I have not. That's the first time I've opened it up. And I know they just patched photo mode, so it's been improved even in this past week from how it was when the game launched. Vantage point seems like it's down beneath us, under the hill somehow. Is there a vantage point in a cave? Or maybe I'm too fixated on the point. The vantage point's just like the figures and the artifacts and the flowers. They're in a zone, so it's not necessarily in the middle of the zone. The vantage point would make more sense if it were up high. Oh, I may not have spotted it yet, but it's probably not under the hill as the marker makes it seem. Forgot what they call the tech, but pay attention to her feet as she goes up inclines. It matches the environment, which very
Rain's here.
few games do. I'll keep an eye out for that. I like how she uses hands, which she did more as a child, but I like how she uses her hands to scamper up steep surfaces. You can almost walk up, but not quite. There it is, vantage right there. We'll break from the vantage point. Yeah, and the way when she goes down a hill, and she kind of she bobbles her and balances her weight to avoid just falling on her face when she goes down a hill.
A vantage point. More ruins, more stories.
Vantage point, yes, but how do you want me to get up there? A little stubborn about this one. I do wish, though, that she would be a little more willing to free climb stuff so you don't have to do the hippity-hoppity up some of these rocks. Because when given the opportunity, the climbing works quite well. But not being able to free climb stuff. Alright. Vantage cache. Whoa! Before we play it. Nice.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 3. I was 13. I broke in and vandalized this place. Me and that kid, I think his name was Star. It was my first arrest. A real banner day for the Mahdi family. What a messed up kid I was.
So, what main quest are you on? We're going to take a break here. The main quest we are on right now is Seeker at the Gates. Talk to Maria at Mother's Crown, and we also picked up Revenge of the Nora after meeting with Sona and taking out a group of bandits. But I think that's our next stop. You didn't read the notes from the last Vantage, did I not? Let me go check them out. MH Sunshine. What difficulty are you playing on? Playing on normal. It's my first time playing through the game. I did not feel like cranking it up. You didn't read the notes from the last Vantage. Well, let's remedy that. Before the break. Hologram data points. Where do they show up? Not in the machine catalog or collectibles. They aren't these either. They're not the audio data points. Hologram data points? Further down. X data points. World, machines. Hi, Crave. Can you help me find what I'm looking for here? Collectibles. They are under collectibles. Oh, yeah. Right at the top. Right at the top. Thank you. Yeah, right there. Okay. So yesterday, or rather Saturday, we were at the Air Combat Academy. Colorado Springs, we saw just an hour ago. We get the audio, but there's even more text. But this is from the last one, not this building here with the clock tower. These were the two towering, I don't want to call them skyscrapers, but they were pretty tall. Hi, Ma. Looking back, it's almost comical how much I detested Wyatt. I hated everything about him. His lumpy face, his bad skin, his always calm voice, his out-of-style suits, and especially his stupid cowboy name. I don't care how badly you want to assimilate, there is never any excuse for naming your kid after a gunfighter. I couldn't believe you would replace my Baba, a decorated combat flyer, with a corporate drone. I made it as hard for you as I could. I was beyond cruel. I accused you to your face of only being interested in Wyatt for his money. Called you, my own mother, a gold digger, and worse. Refused to attend the wedding, then got myself arrested the night before just to cinch the point. Took me years to understand the obvious. Of course you married him for his money. For my sake, not yours. Before Wyatt, the job you were working didn't even cover food and rent. When you didn't get overtime, we slipped deeper in debt or went hungry. You literally couldn't afford to spend time at home, let alone pay for childcare or rent a nanny bot. Nanny bot. Meanwhile, your son was out of control, a truant and a thief, not even out of junior high and already a drug addict. You'd only had yourself to worry about. I think you would have politely refused Wyatt's interest. You were no stranger to hardship. Compared to what you went through getting out of Kolkata in 2037, a simple poverty probably seemed like a cakewalk. You knew how to survive. But your son didn't. I was headed nowhere at ramming speed. You married Wyatt to save me, for the stability and opportunities his money could provide. It wound up working, but not as smoothly as you hoped. Before I could be saved, I had to die first. But that's a story for the amphitheater. Yeah, don't let me forget those. I appreciate that. I crave calling me out to get the text. I want the text from these. The Explorer Museum. Hi, Ma. Like me, Star was a problem kid. But he wasn't really smart enough to get into trouble on his own. I didn't tell him my real motivations, just made breaking into the museum and vandalizing it sound like a fun thing to do, high on duster. I was only 13, but my combined interests in tech and drugs had already acquainted me with the basics of hacking security systems. I used a jammer to bypass a window alarm, then I got to work. I toppled holo exhibits, smashed dioramas, yanked display panels off the walls, and smashed those too. I forgot all about Star until he yelped about flying glass. He's just standing there, holding his cheek, staring at me with big, scared eyes, whining about how this was crazy and I was gonna get us arrested. He was right about the arrest. Getting caught was part of my plan, but wrong about the crazy. My one-boy orgy of destruction wasn't some kind of drug-soaked psychotic frenzy. It was a calculated attack. Not on the museum, on Wyatt. He'd started dating Wyatt a few weeks before, and I didn't like him. I wanted him gone. When you had him over for dinner, one of the many boring things he droned on about was how he served on the board of the museum and oversaw its technology purchases. Anyway, as I was saying, Star was right to think we were going to get arrested. It went down quick. Star began screaming about how he was burning all over, and the next thing I know, I was face down in a mound of expanding foam. The police bots never even warned us. Compared to Star, I got off easy. I've never been on the business end of a microwave gun, but they say it hurts like hell. I was still picking bits of that foam out of my hair a week later, though. Fines and damages came to 18 months of basic income. 18 months. So it wasn't just shame that my actions brought down on the family, but financial catastrophe too. Which is why the plan backfired. I didn't push Wyatt away, I handed him a golden opportunity. He stepped in and paid the bill, and it was only another month or two before you got engaged. Weird, but lately I've been dreaming about that night. I keep seeing that first projector I toppled. Watching that hologram of a pioneer woman sluice sideways and spin to the floor like a bowling pin as the emitter crashed over. A zap and a flicker and she was gone. History shorting out. Kind of like us now. I wonder if anyone will survive to build museums about us. Bit of chills in that. Alright, we're in a good spot for a break. This is later. Not too late. We're only 12 minutes late for the break I was planning. Let me cue up a couple tunes. Let's switch gears here. How about this? That's 3.5. And this? That'll do. It's about 8 or 9 minutes. I'll see you all back here in 8 or 9 minutes. Hope everyone's having a good time. Break hype. Thank you, Terry. Iceman. I crave you should watch the making of this on YouTube after you finish the game. I'd be up for that. I'd love to know more about how they made this. You vote for Moriarty, huh? Well, I'll tell you what. I can do that. I can do that. Where'd Moriarty go? I know that's one of your favorites. Let's change this up a bit. That'll make it 10 minutes solid. Got Moriarty and Nautilus incoming. See you all in a few.